This is by far the best trend indicator ever created on TradingView. It tells you exactly when the trend is up or when the trend is down. I will teach you a very accurate trading strategy based on this indicator, so make sure you watch this video until the end and let's get started. Before I add the indicator, if you like my contents, please support the channel by liking the video and subscribing to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Alright, this indicator is a new version of Super Trend. As you know, Super Trend is a famous trend indicator and many traders use Super Trend for trend identification. But this new version of Super Trend is much better than the original one. To add it to your chart, here you just need to click on Indicators and search Pivot Points Super Trend. This one, which is an editor's picks indicator and written by Lonesome the Blue. It is already a popular indicator on TradingView and it is used by many traders. Alright, as you can see, it is overlaid on the price chart. It is similar to the original Super Trend, but the difference is pivot points are also considered in the calculations. So this new Super Trend has the ability to stay consistent during pullbacks, and we have changing in the indicator only when there is a really change in the trend. For example, if you add the original Super Trend with the same settings of ATR period and ATR factor like this one, you can see that it will change during deeper pullbacks, which can be misleading when you're trading in practice. But with this new version of Super Trend, it stays consistent during trends and you will not see changing of the indicator in the pullbacks unless there is really a shift in the trend, either ending of the trend or starting of a new trend. There are also some other features for this indicator in the settings. For example, you can add pivot points. So the pivot points are added to the charts. So in case if you need them in your trading strategy, you can use them. And the buy sell signals are also on by default. So on the changing points of the indicator, we have buy sell signals printed on the price chart. This one will add a center line based on pivot points. And here, when you turn this on, levels of the price that can act as a potential support or resistance level will be added to the chart, and you can use them for trade entry, stop loss, and setting your profit target. Alright, now let me teach you how you can trade based on this indicator. But before that, I'm proud to announce that I have published a book, The Art of Price Action Trading, which is a complete guide to price action analysis. The link is in the description and you can get it later if you want to master price action trading. Alright, getting back to this new version of Super Trend, this Super Trend is interpreted the same way that the original Super Trend is interpreted. When the Super Trend line goes above the price and the color becomes red, it shows that the price is in a downtrend, and when the Super Trend line goes below the price and the color becomes green, it tells us that the price is in an uptrend. So basically, we can use this indicator in two types of trading strategies: trend following strategies and reversal trading strategies. In a trend following strategy, we use the Super Trend for trend identification, and then by the help of another indicator or price action analysis, we identify trading signals in the pullbacks. For example, when Super Trend is red, we say the market is trending down and we should look for short position opportunities in the pullbacks, which, as I said, we use another indicator or price action analysis for this purpose. And on the other hand, when the Super Trend is green, we say the market is trending up and we should look for long position opportunities in the pullbacks. But in this video, I want to teach you a reversal trading strategy where we try to find starting of a new trend, which is when the Super Trend line changes position and color and we have a buy or sell signal from this Super Trend. Let me show how you can do it. First, I explain short position setup and then I will teach you a long position setup. When Super Trend line goes above the price and becomes red and we get a sell signal, this is a signal that probably the prior uptrend ended and a downtrend is starting. But we don't enter a short position only based on this signal. We need more confirmation that the reversal is real and we have higher probability that a downtrend is starting in the market. One excellent signal which gives the probability of reversal is divergence, and one of the best indicators for identifying divergences is RSI. Let's add RSI. Here we click on indicators and we search RSI, this one, Relative Strength Index, which is a built-in indicator on TradingView platform. And we're going to use RSI with default settings, so we don't change the settings of RSI. Before happening of this signal, you can see that following the uptrend, here the price made same level, and it shows the probability that the price is finding resistance here, and this shows weakness and probability of reversal. And at the same time, where the price made same level, when we check RSI, we can see that RSI made lower high. This is called bearish divergence, and this tells us that the upside momentum is weakening, and on the other hand, downside momentum is gaining a strength. Divergence is a leading signal, and it tells us that probably a reversal is going to happen. After this divergence, here you can see that we have a reversal signal from this super trend. And if you pay attention, you can see that at the same time, the price is also closed below the low of the divergence pattern. The whole this situation gives us a high probability that a downtrend is starting. So the reversal is confirmed here, and in practice we could enter a short position at this point with the stop loss above the previous swing high, and for the profit target we close our position when the super trend line changes to green. In other words, a buy signal is printed on the price chart. So in this case, we would close our position here at this level. And you can see that it was a very profitable trade. This was a short position setup. And now let me teach you a long position setup. But before that, I want to mention an important point about trading. If you want to improve in trading, you need a trading journal. You need to track your performance so you can build discipline and avoid repeating the same mistakes. I have created a trading journal. It is available on Amazon now. The link is in the description, and you can get it later and start journaling your trades. Alright, now let me teach you a long position setup. In this part of the chart, you can see that here the super trend changed to green and we have a buy signal. This is a signal that probably the prior downtrend ended and an uptrend is starting in the market. But as I said, we don't trade only based on this. We need more confirmation to increase the probability. Before the signal, here following the downtrend, you can see that the price made lower low, but when we check RSI, we can see that RSI made higher low. This is called bullish divergence, and it tells us that the downside momentum is weakening, and on the other hand, the upside momentum is gaining a strength. This is a leading signal that probably an uptrend is going to form on the chart. After the divergence signal, you can see that super trend changed to green and we have a buy signal here, and also the price is already above the high of the divergence pattern. The whole this situation tells us that there is high probability that an uptrend is forming in the market. So the reversal signal here is confirmed, and in practice we could enter a long position at this point with the stop loss below the previous swing low, and for the profit target we close our position when the super trend line changes color and becomes red. In other words, when we have a sell signal. So for this position, we would close our position here at this level. By the help of this trading strategy, you can avoid many of the false signals, and even when the market suddenly changes direction and goes against your position, most of the time helps you to close your position with no loss or a small amount of loss. And because of this, it can provide you consistent profit in the long run. But please pay attention that you need to manage your risk properly. 1% rule risk management is the best risk management strategy and recommended by professional traders. I have a complete guide on this. The link is also placed in the description, and I highly recommend you to watch it now, because without a proper risk management, you cannot become a consistently profitable trader. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and leave a comment for me. I'll answer your questions as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you get the notifications of my new videos. See you guys in next video, and good luck with your trading.